Yeah. Good win coming out of the break. I mean, guys got after it, played hard, had a little bit of a delay. Chad picked us up. That was nice.
Shelty, what was your view of that sort of tizzy there in the middle of the game?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes emotions run high. I think, they were having a little bit of a conversation back and forth, and it got a tad heated. I don't know what the actual content to it, but, sometimes those things happen.
Were you kind of surprised that we're able to cool things off so quickly after how heated it got pretty quickly? I mean, the bench is cleared almost instantly.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where, you get a couple guys talking to each other and they clear. But once we got out there, both staffs and the players did a good job. I mean, it became a non-issue really fast.
So as a competitor, these last few games with the Mets have had a lot of emotion. How much fun have these games to be a part of?
Oh, a lot of fun. I mean, there has been a ton of emotions. I mean, we're at their place and their crowd was into it. Tonight, our crowd got into it, which was cool. They stayed into it as we continued to go. And a lot of fun because there's been a ton of energy, this entire series.
Shelty, sorry, Alex. You've talked before, Shelty, about like emotions in the game and how there's a place for it, whether it be bat flips or whatever. When one of your guys kind of takes issue with someone else showing that emotion, I don't know, how do you kind of view that? Like, I know there's emotion on both sides, but do you talk to John at all in that situation?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there were emotions on both sides. After it came down, calmed down, I just asked him if it was okay, if he was okay, because it's not a situation where you want someone to get ejected. So I just made sure he was all right. And, we moved on from there.
Shelty, following that, the Stratton getting out of the jam and then the swing by Depot, immediately kind of like make sure that you didn't lose momentum from that. How important was those plays?
Yeah, I mean, Strat came in, got one pitch on one out, and then, Willie coming back and extending the lead to 3-1. That's extremely important. Big out there. Our bullpen did a really nice job. They executed pitches, Strat coming in and getting us, that out and being as efficient as you can be. And then Willie coming right back and, giving us a little bit more of a cushion. That was extremely important.
Shelton, do you take anything out of how your players reacted to that with Nogowski? Like, I know you're not going to want to encourage a fight or anything like that, but you see Adam Frazier running right into the middle, Brian Reynolds running right into the middle. John Nogowski is a guy they've known for less than 3 weeks, and that, do you feel like you get a sense of compete out of seeing how your guys handled that?
Yeah, I think the thing we talk about a lot is effort, and I think competing goes right with that, and our guys compete every night. And I just think it speaks to the culture we're trying to create here. These guys got each other's back, regardless if a guy's been here 2 days or he's been here, 5 years. And I really think you saw that in our group today.
Shelty, Newman snapped his errorless streak at shortstop to begin the season at 76 games. Pretty historic streak, but then he comes right back. He makes a barehanded play. He turns a 6-3 to end the inning. He makes that barehanded throw to Adam Frazier, which he also received really well. What did that kind of say about Kevin Newman's demeanor on the field?
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he went 76 games at shortstop, that's fairly amazing with the number of plays he had. And then, it ended up getting broken up on a really challenging play. The fact that he's on the other side of the bag with the runner at first on a tough ball, but it didn't affect him. I mean, the play that he made, not only getting to that ball, but flipping, Frazier getting there, I think it just shows to how hard he's worked on his defense, and he didn't let one play, dictate how he was going to play.
Shelty, Chad walked 5, but limited damage. How would you describe his outing?
Yeah, I mean, challenging outing for him because of the fact that we had a delay, and I know the delay was only 30 minutes, but for him it was closer to 45 because of the fact that we were hitting. We'd gone through that inning, we had the bases loaded, he was hitting. So the fact that he was able to come back and compete, execute pitches, get double plays, I think really shows a growth moment for him.
All good. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Any questions for Wilmer?
Wilmer, what was your view of the benches clearing situation there in the 5th inning?
¿Cuál fue tu punto de vista sobre las bancas saliendo para la pelea?
Mm, nada, salí a defender mi equipo, ¿me entiendes? Y que nadie se lastime. Eso es lo que uno trata de defender, que uno no quiere que nadie se lastime, ¿me entiendes? Son cosas que pasan y se quedan ahí.
Not much. My mindset is always to just go out there and defend my team, and more than anything, just make sure that no one gets injured, no one gets hurt, especially, protecting my team. It's part of baseball, and we just go out there to protect one another.
You had the first at bat out of that, and you hit a home run on the second pitch. Did you feel like that kind of energized the team, also given how close the game was at that point?
Cuando tú sacaste la bola, ¿tú piensas que eso le dio más energía al equipo?
Sí, claro que sí. Especialmente después de una pelea así, ¿me entiendes? Los cuerpos se calentaron, todo el mundo, la banca calentó todo el mundo. Y yo creo que como que hubo más competencia, ¿me entiendes? Hubo como que se sintió una competencia del deseo de ganar. Y yo creo que sí, hubo la diferencia.
No, most definitely. It made some type of difference, especially after the bench is clearing out like that, and the adrenaline is going up, and everyone's feeling the adrenaline, and it just ignited a level of competition that was much needed, not only in the game, but especially in our dugout.
Wilmer, what do you make of what Nogowski has brought to your team?
¿Qué es lo que tú piensas sobre lo que Nogowski, el primera base de nosotros, ha traído al equipo ahora mismo?
Se ha aportado mucho, ¿me entiendes? Gracias a Dios las cosas le están saliendo súper bien. Todos nos sentimos contentos de que siga así, ¿me entiendes? Especialmente de la salud, como te venía hablando, la salud es todo, y si el equipo se mantiene saludable, yo creo que las cosas van a cambiar.
Nogowski has brought a lot to us, man. He's brought a lot to the table, and more than anything, just our desire is for him to maintain, his healthiness. But the guy's an amazing teammate. He's an amazing ball player. He's brought a lot to the table. He's brought a lot to the team, and it's been fun. It's been fun watching him play.
Wilmer, since you've come back up, you've been awfully productive. What do you feel like is behind that?
Desde que tú subiste, tú siempre has demostrado que cuando tú subes, tú produces. ¿Qué es tu pensamiento sobre eso?
Claro, yo siempre sigo preparándome igual, ¿me entiendes? Mi mentalidad nunca ha cambiado, siempre ha sido la misma. Yo creo que el chance, la oportunidad, cuando te abren puertas para tú jugar, ¿me entiendes? Y te dan el chance de jugar, yo creo que eso uno se siente más mentalmente más tranquilo y uno juega su pelota, ¿me entiendes? Relax. Y entonces yo creo que eso ha sido la diferencia, ¿me entiendes? Más oportunidad.
My mindset never changes. My preparation never changes. All I've ever been hungry for is just opportunity. And I believe that the more opportunity I get, the more I'm going to be able to demonstrate that I'm going to come out here and produce and help the team win. And I'm just a huge believer that as long as my mindset doesn't shift, as long as my preparation doesn't shift, I'm going to be able to demonstrate to not just our team, but to everyone out there that I'm out here to play ball and to produce.
All good for Wilmer?
All good for Wilmer? Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, fellas, John Nogowski is here. Any questions for John?
Hey, John, what was your view of the exchange with Stroman?
Man, it was just two competitive guys going at it. I mean, that's a big spot in the game. I had a real good at bat going up to that point and hit that ball well. They had me played perfect, and he was fired up for his team to get that out. So, you got two competitive guys out there, stands full. It gets a little heated sometimes, but shoot, that's why we love it.
It appeared you took exception.
I'm sorry?
It appeared you took exception with his celebration. Is that what the root of it was? I mean, you said it was good at bat and ends up with a line out, but it seemed like you were upset with the way he acted after.
No, man. Hey, he's a grown man. He can act the way he wants to, and I think that was a big spot in the game. And when guys want to get you out, that means you're doing well. And I want guys to want to get me out. So that was a big spot in the game, and I had no problem with the way that he was celebrating or anything like that. That was a huge out for his team, and to try to keep him in the game there.
Got you on camera still talking after that inning. Is that just trying to clear some air there, or is there some more, John, going on?
I don't even remember. Were we talking? I don't know. I was I've got some friends over there that I was probably laughing with and stuff like that. So kind of when you come up in the minor leagues and in spring training, we play those guys a bunch. So I know those guys really well. And when you see your boys out there in a scrum, it's kind of funny. So laughing at it thereafter. So no big deal, man. I super excited to get this win, man. That was a hell of a win. Reynolds, huge home run. Frage, big hit right there. Like that's the focus, and happy nobody got hurt. Happy nobody, nothing too crazy happened. And, let's play a little fire. Nothing wrong with it.
John, I was going to kind of ask you about that. I know nothing happened with the benches clearing stuff, but like, what's that say to you? What does it say about your team that everybody was out there so quickly?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's pretty cool. That means a lot. And, that's exactly where I would be if one of those guys was in that situation. I'd want to be the first one out there. So, pretty special for those guys to have your back this early, and just try to be a good teammate. And those guys, that clubhouse is awesome. All those guys are incredible. So, they had their guys back and we had my back and made it a little fun there.
John, I don't mean to catch you off guard because I know you just got in, but did you see what Stroman said after the game or anything like that?
I didn't. No, I didn't.
I would just say that he was a little bit less understanding than you seem to be here.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll read it on TMZ or something like that. I'm not too concerned about it, man. We got the win, and it's been a little while for him, so maybe a little frustrated. But I'm trying to win the series tomorrow, and then focus on the next day. That's my concern. I'm not really worried about what he's got to say.
All right.
John, going back to last weekend, what have the emotions been like these last couple of games between these teams?
I mean, anytime you're playing these guys, 3-4 days in a row and then turn around and play them again, there's always going to be a little chippiness maybe or whatnot. But I mean, they got so many good guys over there. I mean, I'm friends with half of them over there. So, I think we just play hard. I mean, that baseball right now, there's so much talent, there's so much competitiveness, and you don't get here unless you're an ultimate competitor and you enjoy that back and forth. So I think every single one in this clubhouse is like that, and I'm sure those guys are like that over there. So it's been fun when you're going at guys like that. They're a great team. They got great players. So we want to show we're right there with them.
All right, good. We'll be back with Chad Cole.
See you guys.
All right, guys, we got Chad Cool here. Questions for Chad?
Chad, when you've had a lot of walks in and out, and usually this season that's led to more runs, but tonight you're able to kind of limit the damage. How do you think you're able to do that?
Just look forward to the next pitch. I mean, two of them were to Pete. I don't know what it was. Just really felt like I couldn't throw him a strike. Few of them were to start the inning, start the restart of play. I had back-to-back walks. Just really wasn't comfortable yet. Getting back into the game. I hadn't thrown for about an hour, so it was just getting back into the game. So just got to keep going, execute pitches. Some nights it works out better than others.
Chad, what did you make of the whole dust-up with Stroman and Nogowski? I know you were kind of watching it. Did you have an opinion on how it unfolded?
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where he was, speaking in that direction of the umpire and Nogowski. So just one of those things where it could be taken either way. And, I don't think it's going to be anything moving forward.
Sure.
Go ahead, Alex.
How did the rain delay affect your outing? Because it's kind of that wrong amount of time where you can't really throw to stay loose in between.
Yeah, I just think it shortened it. I would say maybe by an inning. I wasn't too efficient. I probably had 80 some pitches through 5, but on most nights, I would say that I'm back out there for the 6th, especially not only giving up 2 hits. So I would say definitely just shortened it. Just one of those things where it was just an awkward time. We didn't really know how long it was going to be, and we were had a long inning on offense to begin with. So it's just one of those just kind of awkward rain delays where it wasn't like I knew that I could go throw an inning up in the tunnel and kind of prepare myself that way. So just an awkward one, but just got to stay mentally ready.
Chad, your two All-Stars was kind of the first two to jump in on that situation with Nogowski. What do you think about the emotion this team is playing with, and is there togetherness with this group?
Yeah, it's just one of those things, especially, we got, a new guy that's coming in there that's producing for us, and everybody wants to have his back. And obviously, obviously, no matter who it is, we're going to jump in there. But, two guys that are, the heart and soul of this team, and, well-deserved all-stars that are in the middle of the scrum. So I was trying to, my job was I saw Frazier getting kind of pushed away. So I just wanted to make sure he was all right. That was kind of my job in it, was make sure that they got off of him. Don't need a guy for hitting 330 to be getting hurt out there. So it's just one of those things. It's just, team, rallying behind a guy that's new, and just having everybody, having each other's backs.
Chad, have you ever been in the bullpen for one of those? And what is that like, kind of jogging in? If you have, maybe you haven't. Then
Oh,
so
no,
you can't.
no. I think it's kind of silly though, because most times you're running in side by side with the other bullpen, so a little silly. But no, I've never been in that situation.
And then going back to the rain delay, I was going to ask you, like, coming into a night like this where I don't know if you check the radar before games, but like there's kind of rain sort of looming all game. Can you prepare for like a start that might get rain delayed? Like, do you ever let that cross your mind at all, or can you not really think about it?
I think, I always check just to be sure, but it's just one of those things where you hit a certain time of the year where it's just, you're getting these, summer thunderstorms and stuff could pop up. And it's just one of those things where you really just can't really worry about it. You can check it, and until somebody pulls you off the field, it's game on.
All right. All good for Chad? Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Chad.
Yep.